This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and
burgers.
There's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships.
You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
With 26 flavors, got a sauce for every squad. Don't drip on the drip. It's the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, talk to State Farm agent Michael Lee Braun in Minot today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust.
Like our convenient online banking.
Along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, LLC, doing business as Goss Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
We raise the bar on bar food with sandwiches, tenders, and there's more where this came from. To the greatest of all times, Buffalo Wild Wings.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day. It's time for the Scotty K Show, presented by Spicy Pie. Let's go live to the pie for the Scotty K Show. Here's Scotty K.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scotty K Show on this, I'm going to say a beautiful spring Wednesday afternoon or evening, late evening here, or early evening in Minot. I look outside, sun is shining, temperature is not all that bad for this time of the year. It might be a little bit cooler than we want it to be, but you know what? We persevered here in North Dakota, not just Minot, but across the state of North Dakota through the two storms that we've had the last couple of weeks, and hopefully spring sports will start gearing up here in a bit. We're going to talk a little softball later on today. Gerard Cedarstrom, the head coach of the Minot High Majettes, will join me. Also, Peggy Pearson from Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark will join me. We're going to talk a little golf here in just a bit, but I do want to mention to you we're live from the Spicy Pie, and we want to tell you that the April Pizza of the Month is still up and running. Honey mustard chicken, tomatoes, bacon, and honey mustard. And I do want to inform you that Tacos and Tunes, which is a annual event here at Spicy Pie. It's run every Thursday night during the summer months, spring and summer months, and I understand that they'll be starting up next Thursday, weather permitting. And I'm saying weather permitting, but you look at the long-term forecast, I think we're going to get to play some baseball and softball around the area here in the Magic City. It might take a little bit longer before we hit the golf links. And we're going to talk golf right off the top. Eli Mahalik joins me. He's the head coach of the men's and women's golf teams at Minot State. Just finished his first year, or actually his first year as the head coach. And Eli, you've finished up your year, both your men and the women participating in the NSIC championships over the last couple of weeks. But the first question I want to ask you, how has it been for you? I know you've been on a bus and in a van and traveled a lot of miles, but was it fun for you?
Absolutely. I was around the team for a couple of years before
Yeah, it's been a blast. I love coaching. It's a lot of fun, like you said. I was just telling my wife how sore my hip is from riding in the van for the last 2 months. But, yeah, it's been great. We had a pretty solid season, I'd say. We didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was a good experience for all of us, and we'll just keep building off of that.
Eli,
forward.
let's talk about the men's side of it. That was a couple of weeks ago down in Blue Springs, Missouri. That's a team you finished 9th, but you had a kid that really kind of stepped up and had a really good tournament for you in Carlos Calaga. Is that how it's pronounced?
Caloca, yeah.
Okay, Caloca finished tied for second in the individual. So you had to be good for him. He started with a 79 on day one, but came back with a 70 and 72. You had to be proud of how he performed.
Yeah, he played pretty well for us the last couple of weeks of the season. He's no longer with the team, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we're going to start building on without him next year. We'll probably rely on Andy McCarchuck a lot more. And after that, we'll just fill out some depth throughout the whole team, and I think we'll be all right next year.
And I agree with you because I looked at some things, you're losing a few people, but you got a good core coming back, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We got some kids that have a lot of talent. That's like I told the team yesterday morning, we've lost a couple guys, but we have enough talent to compete in this conference. It's just going to take everybody working a little harder, getting better in every aspect of the game, which they all agree with, they all know. But, yeah, the guys' team has potential to make some noise next year, and we'll bring in a couple kids, local kids, hopefully, get some of that stuff out released here soon and kind of go from there.
And Eli, I want to talk to you about it because golf's a different animal when it comes to a Division II college athletic program because, you can go all over the country and you can find golfers. It's kind of a little different animal when it comes to, we've got a lot of local kids around this area that are really good golfers that could help your Minot State program.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way I'm going to approach, recruiting moving forward. I don't need to go out of state to get a lot of kids. We got talent in the state. Previous coaches hadn't done the best job of recruiting, not to throw anyone under the bus, but, locally.
No, I understand that.
Locally, they weren't really too committed to finding kids around here, and I'd love to get the local talent to stick around here. Like you said, Minot's a great golf community. We got a lot of kids that are good from around the area, and there's no reason why they can't play golf here.
Well, and the thing about it is, Eli, during the course of the year, you're involved, and you see a lot of these kids with your association with Barden and that sort of thing. So you can go out and you kind of just from a distance observe these kids and see, okay, they're good at this, they're good at that, they need to work on this, they need to work on that. But it's really fun in the sport that you have is that we can have local kids that we can keep here in the community of Minot, at Minot State, and can be successful.
Yeah, 100%. There's no reason why they can't play here. Like I said, coaching, the main part of that is developing the kids that you bring in, and, all of them they want to work hard. Like you said, we got their golf nuts. They hit range balls constantly. They're always practicing, and those are the types of kids I want to bring in. And it just takes, a couple more years to get that process moving. But, yeah, I'm going to start getting some local kids in here, and we're going to start making a difference.
Hey, let's talk about, and I got some other questions I want to ask you, but let's talk about the women's side of things. You finished 9th in the NSIC championships. That was at Smithville, Missouri. Individually, you had 3 girls that were ranked in the top 35. Talk a little bit about your women's team. Were you happy with where you and you always want to finish better as a team?
Sure.
But did you see progress with your group?
Yeah, we lose 2 seniors, but
right.
2 of those girls that finished in the top 35 are coming back. The weather was atrocious down there. It was like the scores.
You didn't want to play?
No, I didn't. I will play in almost anything, and I did not want to pull my clubs out when they were playing at all. It was actually kind of interesting. Pretty much the way it finished is the way it started. No teams made a whole lot of moves just throughout the tournament because the weather was just unbelievably tough. I think it was blowing about 40 steady the second day of the tournament with gusts to about 55. It was getting on the brink of unplayable. But the girls battled through it. I was really proud of them. They didn't, attitudes were good. They didn't give up on anything, but it was rough.
Hey, and now I'm going to talk on the recruiting end of the women's side. And I'm not trying to separate men against women, but we have a lot of young ladies that are pretty good golfers in this area too. And I would think that you're going to kind of go that way too on the women's side as well.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of good local girls around here. I've already kind of started the process with one of them. There's good golfers in the girls' side too. A lot of them, oddly enough, it's hard to find girls that want to play golf in college. It's an odd kind of issue to deal with how many good golfers we have around here, but some of them just don't want to continue on with that. But that's my goal, is to get a hold of them, get out in front of them before they can decide not to do it, and show them kind of what we got here. We got great facilities, great courses. Weather just kind of iffy once in a while, but they can make a difference here too.
Well, and that's the thing I wanted to ask you. I mean, the spring has not been good for you to get guys to get, or your kids to get outside very often, and you can only do so much going to the simulators or doing it inside or whatever. So it was a tough spring, and I know you're not going to make that as an excuse, but it was a tough spring for us with all the stuff that we had that went on.
Yeah, it was. The weather is always going to be an issue for us up here. And like you said, with me being at the Varden, the assistant pro out there, we might not open till middle of May now. The weather's just, sometimes you can't control anything. If we would have advanced on through some of those tournaments, we would have had to drive down south to go practice and play, and that's just the way it is. But we have great facilities in here, but at the end of the day, a simulator isn't the best for chipping and putting. Again, that's not an excuse, but we just need to get out and do that stuff, and it's hard when you get hammered with 4 feet of snow.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I played enough simulator golf, off the tee, and approach shots are great, but I get 50 yards in to the green, and on the green, it just doesn't seem the same that when you're on a real golf course.
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's nice to get the feel going for some of them, but some of them are it's just hard. It's a tough adjustment to make.
Eli, let's talk a little bit about what you look at in recruiting. We talked about the local kids, that sort of thing. What are some of the things that you look at? Because all these young kids are going to improve as they mature and as they grow older. But as a coach, as a recruiter, what do you look for in a golfer?
Ideally, I want to see someone that can think their way around a golf course. That's the biggest thing that we struggle with right now on the college level, is just the mental side of it. Course management is a big issue for our kids, and that's not just ours, everyone.
Right.
Me coaching, watching the other kids play, it's just the course management's the biggest thing. I'm looking for a kid that has no issues putting the time in, hitting balls, chipping, putting, just spending as much time as they can out there. And obviously the classroom side of that stuff comes into it too, but golf side, I just want kids that are going to work and are willing to put in the time to improve, even if the conditions outside don't exactly allow it.
Eli, and I ask you that question and I'm glad that you gave me that answer. I thought the answer, when you look at golf, and I've golfed all my life, I'm not very good at it, and I probably will never get very good at it at my age, but the fact of the matter is a lot of people can sit on TV and they can watch all these pros play on both the LPGA and the PGA and think, geez, they're so talented. But there's a lot that goes into golf that comes right here from the head, between the ears, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the biggest part of it. Like I said, that's the most frustrating thing coaching, is sometimes I can't hit the shots for them. I can tell them what to do, but they still have to go out and execute it.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing, is they just, and a lot of that comes as they age and mature. And that's another frustrating part of it, is they'll figure this stuff out. I wish they'd figure it out now, but as soon as they get older and they kind of figure some stuff out, that's when it starts to really set in. But we might pick up a couple tools this off season to help us kind of start with that. The Decade Golf System, which was kind of something we did for our Giving Day, that's going to make a huge difference for us. It kind of makes those decisions easier for the kids. They don't have to do it themselves. They kind of got books and some stuff we can go through to help them out with that.
The thing about it is, we talk about the mental aspect, but you also are looking for kids that have nice swings and can execute a shot.
100%. I mean, not everybody can swing it like Rory or Adam Scott, like we all want to, but I don't need a perfect swing. If you can score, that's more so what I'm looking for. I mean, if they always say they don't ask you how, they just ask you how many in golf. And if there's sometimes you got a bit of an awkward swing, but it works.
You're not gonna change it.
No, if you're scoring, you can keep doing what you're doing as long as it's working.
Hey, I look at a guy like Jim Furyk, and they all say about he's got such an ugly swing, but you know what? He's made a lot of money playing the game of golf, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been compared to an octopus falling out of a tree, but it's made him a lot of money, so there's no reason to change that. And swing your swing. That's the biggest thing I tell the kids, and that's what I teach out at Varden too. Swing your swing. I'm not going to completely revamp it if it doesn't need to be.
What are you looking at for numbers?
We should have I'm thinking maybe 10 guys moving in next year,
Okay.
and then hopefully 6 girls.
Okay.
We should increase it a little bit.
Okay, and that just that bodes well because now you got some competition. I mean, if you want to go play in a tournament, you're going to have to beat somebody on your own team, and that just bodes well for kids going after each other.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
In a good way. I don't mean in a bad way.
100%. If we, if the weather was better, we would have had qualifying for these spring tournaments, and then the fall, we'll do qualifying to get them to see who's going. And I think we might switch a few things up. We might be playing a lot more in the fall this year.
Okay.
Weather's better. I've talked to some coaches down at the conference tournaments, and thankfully the drives won't be 14 hours each way.
Well, the question I want to ask is because the NSIC they have a fall schedule, they have a spring schedule. Can you set that up any way you want to?
Yeah.
As far as I know, the conference tournaments are going to be there, and you have to play them. But you could do more in the fall than in the spring.
Yeah. Yep. Our conference tournament is in the spring, but it's mainly just a cap on the rounds that we can play. So if we really wanted to, we could do all of our stuff in the fall and then just do nothing in the spring. But I think I'm going to flip it from the way it's been in the past. We're going to play more in the fall, hopefully get 6 tournaments or so in the fall, go south in the spring for a couple tournaments, hopefully, and then have 2 more before conference and kind of go from there.
Would you like to? Would you like? And I know what the answer is going to be, but with your association with Minot and Minot State and that sort of thing, and being a Minot kid, you'd love to have some of these schools come up to Minot, North Dakota. I don't care if we play at the Varden or Souris or wherever we play.
I was actually just talking to Todd and Bruce today and Ray at the course about hosting a tournament up there. I think we can pull some solid teams up here. We get a pretty good D2 tournament, and it'd be fun for people to come watch. I mean, the golf is pretty good. And if you can get 6-8 teams up here to come play, which I think probably could, that'd be a pretty good event for people to come watch. Nice for the kids to sleep in their own bed, too, for once.
Well, I'll tell you what, I talked to you enough. I've been trying to get you on. We're leaving tomorrow. We're going. So, okay, I want to ask you, you play in Blue Springs, Missouri on the men's side. And the women's side, you played in Smithville.
Yep.
Kind of give me an idea of how those courses set up as compared to the courses that we play here in Minot. Or in North Dakota, for that matter.
Fairly similar to, if you could mix, I'm trying to think, the Blue Springs course for the guys was probably similar to if you could mix Varden and Souris. That was pretty close. The girls course, maybe if you played in Bismarck at Riverwood, it's kind of like Riverwood, but with some undulation and some slopes, kind of like Souris. So they were familiar courses. That's what made it so frustrating with kind of how the way we finished. That we've played those types of courses before, but like I said, the weather for the guys wasn't great either. But the girls, they battled through some tough conditions.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that, because you and I would love to get out there and play a little golf. Right now, I know there's people that are just chomping at the bit to do it. How were the conditions on the women's side?
They were bad. It was cold and windy. Actually, the final day was probably the nicest day we had all spring, and it was maybe 60 and about 10-mile-an-hour wind, which still in the middle of April isn't that great.
No.
The courses were all right. The girls, it was just kind of rough. Around the greens was a little sketchy here and there, but everything else was good. The greens were good. If you got good greens, that can fix pretty much everything. And the guys was completely different than when we went down on the preview. The preview was kind of rough, but the conference tournament was phenomenal. Right? And it's just, you never know what you're going to get in the spring, unfortunately.
Well, and that's the thing about it is you kind of know what you're going to get in the fall because it's the end of summer and you're going. But coming out of a winter and going into the spring, you don't know what you're going to get, especially in the area that we live in. And especially, you went to Missouri, but still, Missouri's in the Midwest. I mean, it's not like it's down where it's going to be 70, 80 degrees all the time.
Yeah, I don't even think our Vegas trip was that warm. I mean, we had a rough go of weather this spring. It was tough. It was cold and windy pretty much everywhere we went.
Eli, I want to ask you, because I know you're involved at the Barden as the assistant pro out there to Todd, and I know you guys, were you open before the snowstorm?
Just the range, thank God.
Okay, just the range. And I know I could probably talk to Bruce, and he probably could give me a better idea.
But
I
know your ear off for an hour about the grass and the moisture.
And I've talked to Mike Crest from Souris Valley and stuff, and there's still a wait-and-see attitude, because we don't know what's going to happen this weekend. We could get another 2 inches. I was just telling Brock Wepler earlier, I said, you know, it's either feast or famine in North Dakota. Either we don't get enough moisture, or now we're maybe getting too much.
Yeah.
But what does the course look like? I know you've been out there and taken a look at it.
There's a lot of snow still, but it's starting to melt. It's starting to look better. I think maybe middle of May, like I said, will be something that we can probably look at getting everything back open. We didn't uncover all of our greens too. We just did one practice green because Bruce was getting a little antsy. He wanted to see what it looked like under there. But no, I think everything else is covered. We should be in good shape.
Those darn greenkeepers.
Yeah, I might have rolled a few putts or spent about 10 minutes out there when he did it too. But yeah, I think he seems okay with it. Maybe a little concerned about snow mold right now, but we should be all right, you know, in a couple weeks or so.
Okay, and I've heard that same thing from Suris. So Mike has told me, I talked to Steve Kotzik, they said, we don't want to get people out there, but we don't want to do it where it might hurt our course.
Yeah, trust me, it's killing us to not have people out there golfing and not be open. It's me and Todd we can only stare at each other in the pro shop for so long. But we're doing everything we can, I promise you that.
All right, because, you know, like I say, my game's never, you know, I've always asked you and Todd if I could ever get a lesson, but you know what, it'd be a waste of money for me because I'm not going to get any better.
No, well, we can fix it, don't worry. I think I said the same thing last time.
Yeah, I think you did too. Eli, thanks a lot, and I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you embraced. I know you sat in a van and for a long time and said, are we ever going to get to where we need to go?
Yeah, it was close.
You've logged a lot of miles, haven't you?
Yeah, I have a lot of hotel points racked up so we can start getting free rooms for the college maybe. But yeah, it's been something else. But
and
yeah,
you know a little bit about Missouri, don't you?
Yeah, I got some restaurant recommendations if you need to go down there too. But yeah, it's been great. I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I can't wait to do it again next fall. I'm already looking forward to next fall. It's crazy. We just got done, and I'm just ready to start again.
Well, Eli, thanks a lot for taking some time out tonight, and hopefully sometime this summer maybe you can take me out and
for sure.
Play around with you.
Absolutely. Sounds great.
I'll take you and Todd on.
Perfect. Pick anybody you want.
But I get a lot of strokes.
That's just fine. We're used to it.
All right. Hey, thanks, Eli. And
yeah, thank you.
Enjoy your spring, summer, and hopefully see you out the Barden this summer.
Yes, sounds great.
All right, Eli Mahalik, the head men's and women's golf coach at Minot State. Their season is over, but his season is just beginning. He'll assistant pro at the Varden. He'll be out there and say hi to him and tell him, hey, thanks for what you're doing for Minot Golf and that all sort of thing. We're going to have more here on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie when we return right after this on the PSP Network.
Pizza grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
Looking for a great place to take the family before or after the game? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items: pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices, and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of white grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics. Vibeto Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibetoOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibeto Orthodontics.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie, the Scotty K Show, live from Spicy Pie each and every Wednesday night. And because we lost some shows during the year because of some basketball stuff and then the storm of a couple of weeks ago, we will be going 3 more weeks into April. We're hopefully we get some softball and baseball played. We're going to talk some softball later on in our show. Both Peggy Pearson, the head coach of the Delac Burlington Lewis and Clark softball team, will join me. Also, Gerard Cedarstrom expected to join me to talk a little bit about their games. You know, you look at it, the Minot High softball team has played, 6 games so far, 4 in the region or in the WDA. They are currently 3-1 in the conference, 3-3 overall. They split a doubleheader with Legacy yesterday, losing 10-2 in the first game and then winning 14-9. They got a pretty auspicious schedule coming up now if weather will hold over the next week or so. And same with the DLB Lewis and Clark softball team. They've only played 3 games so far. They're 2-1, beating Newtown and Tioga and losing to Renville County. But they got games scheduled for tomorrow, Friday, Monday of next week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And hopefully they get all those games in, because it's getting to the point now with really only 3 weeks left in the regular season. You got to find days to play, and I would think that most softball teams and baseball teams and even track teams and tennis teams will be trying to get in games as much as they can over the next 3 weeks. Hopefully Mother Nature is done with us and is not mad at us anymore. We are expecting some rain again this weekend, maybe an inch to 2 inches in the area. But you know what? I'm going to say this. As a sports nut, I wish I could go out and watch a little softball, a little baseball, take in a track meet. But, this all worked out well for us here in North Dakota, not just our area, but across the state. We've had drought conditions for the last year and a half, and we're getting some moisture now. I know we have some people out in northwest North Dakota that are still dealing with some power problems. We wish them the best of luck, but you know what? It's all going to bode well for us as we go forward. go forward with as we get the farmers out in the field and gear up for some summer activities, that sort of thing. I think what has happened has been very good. I mean, but it has really put a strain on athletic directors in schools across the state of North Dakota to try to find days to play games. We're still expecting, I just got a text message from Peggy Pearson. She'll be here in a bit. Gerard Cedarstrom is supposed to join us to talk a little bit about Minot High softball. And it's tough right now because they haven't had a lot of games, that sort of thing. We'll talk some baseball down the road, hopefully in the next 3 weeks. I tried to compile now, and I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. This is not etched in stone, but I kind of went through what I could find online today and prepping for this show tonight about maybe what's going to be happening in the next few days as far as spring sports goes. First of all, for Minot High, we're expected to have some tennis tomorrow, and that will be at the Cameron Indoor Rink here in Minot. But Minot will host their first home match, hopefully tomorrow. That'll come against Bismarck High. Boys and girls track teams from Minot High are expected to be at the Bismarck meet tomorrow. One at the Starion Stadium down there, one at the Community Bowl. And again, this is all unofficial. This is what I took off the websites and what I could find online. So this is not, but I'm just kind of relaying information that we are starting to get some things going as far as spring sports. Friday, Mandan at Minot Tennis, Dickinson at Minot High softball. We'll get a confirmation on that with Gerard Cedarstrom when he shows up. Minot baseball is supposed to be on the road at Bismarck Legacy, and Minot soccer is supposed to host at Dwayne Carlson Stadium against Williston. That is on Friday. On Saturday, we should have some baseball, hopefully. Minot High or Dickinson in town to take on Minot. You got to understand with the turf that we have now at Corbett Field and on 2 fields at the South Hill Complex, they can get things ready to go there. So hopefully we'll have some baseball and softball in the Magic City in the next couple of days. Also on Saturday, they're Bismarck or Minot soccer. The Minot High soccer team, undefeated on the year, is expected to be on the road at Bismarck. And then for Minot State, they've had to do a lot of changing of things. Golf season is over, but baseball and softball and track and field still going on. Right now, this is what I can tell you on the Minot State schedule. Baseball will be on the road for a doubleheader tomorrow at Minnesota Crookston. Softball will be at Bismarck for a doubleheader against the University of Mary. Then Friday, both the men's and women's track team are supposed to be at the Kip Jarvin Open at Indianola, Iowa. And then some of the men's track team will be at the Drake Relays in Des Moines, Iowa on Friday. Saturday, baseball for a doubleheader at Duluth. They're going to have a single game on Sunday. Softball right now scheduled at Minnesota Duluth on Monday for a double hitter. And then softball will be at St. Cloud State on Tuesday. And again, we could have our first Minot State home game as far as baseball goes. Coming up next Tuesday, scheduled to be in here, are the Beavers of Bemidji State. Now, don't quote me on this. This is very unofficial. I just kind of took it off the websites as much as I could find on there, and hopefully we'll get some spring sports going on. The snow is starting to melt. The sunshine is out. We are expecting some rain this weekend, but we'll persevere and do what we have to get through it. Again, Gerard Cedarstrom, the head coach of the Minot High girls team, expected to join me. Also, Peggy Pearson, who just texted me and told me she'd be here in a short while. We'll talk a little about DLB Lewis and Clark softball, as they have only played 3 games, so I would think that they're chomping at the bit to get some more action in. But it looks like if weather permits, and again, we got some rain in the forecast for this week, but I think we're out of the storm area. I think Mother Nature has finally decided that we've had enough turmoil, and she's going to cooperate with us a little bit as far as the weather goes. Again, we're at Spicy Pie. It's the Scotty K Show. Again, the April pizza of the month, the honey mustard chicken, tomatoes, bacon, and honey mustard. And that will be through the end of the month. They'll have a new pizza of the month next month. We'll let you know about that. But also I want to let you know that as far as I know, and I saw some Facebook posts and some social media stuff, that Tacos and Tunes, which happens every Thursday night here at Spicy Pie through the spring and summer months, is back. In fact, they have somebody scheduled for the first week of May. I don't have it right offhand who will be here, but I know that's a popular event each and every Thursday night here at the Spicy Pie. We're going to take another break here on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie. Again, we'll come back. Again, some softball to talk about when we come back on the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie right after this.
Best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network. This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network. This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Looking for a great place to take the family before or after the game? Choose Spicy Pie. They offer a wide variety of menu items: pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbread, and even desserts. Enjoy their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices, and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax. Join them for Taco Thursday with discounts on all Mexican items and $1.50 tacos. And don't forget White Sauce Wednesdays with the first 10 dine-in or carry-out orders with a whole pie. Get a free bottle of White Grinder sauce. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery. Kid-friendly. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm. And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie, the Scotty K Show, live on this Wednesday night. Again, nice Wednesday night here. Snow is melting. We're expecting some maybe additional precipitation this weekend, but it looks like it's all in the form of rain. And again, our ranchers and farmers need some more rain, that sort of thing, to get us out of the drought conditions we are at. But still, I just want to throw out a shout out to those that are still without power. I know there's several people up in that Crosby Northwest section of the state that are still dealing with some problems with power and that sort of thing. And we appreciate, or we hope that everything gets taken care of for you down the road, and that gets taken care of for you. So it's been a tough 2 weeks here in North Dakota, and especially in western and north central North Dakota with all the snow and storms and weather, power situations. And we just hope things are going to get back to normal. I will assure you people that we will have some summer days, and we can enjoy the summer coming up here down the road. Again, we're still awaiting the arrival. I know Peggy Pearson is on her way, the head coach of the Delac Burlington Lewis and Clark softball team coming off a state tournament appearance a year ago. They're very young softball team. They have only 2 seniors. They have 4 juniors, 3 sophomores, 4 freshmen, 6 8th graders, and 2 7th graders. So a very young softball team. And we'll talk to Peggy about that. They've played 3 games so far because of the weather. They've won 2. They beat Newtown and Tioga, and then lost to a region rival in Renville County 10-5. So, but they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dates coming up in the next week, and hopefully they get a lot of those in. I know we have some weather coming and that sort of thing, but hopefully that will happen. Hey, just want to let you know as I await the arrival of our guest, PSP Network, Nick Hallberg, informed me this past week a little bit about what our plans are. We are going to do some postseason stuff here on the PSP Network, weather permitting. We're looking at maybe doing, or not maybe, but we're looking at doing the State Class A boy or baseball and softball tournament, which will come from Jamestown in the first part of June. And we got some big plans, I know, over the summer into the fall and winter of what we're going to do here in the PSP Network. We enjoy each and every one of you who have joined us over the past couple of years. I got involved in this PSP thing about a year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years now, in the basketball season. It's amazing where we have went, all the nice accolades we get from people, and we're looking Nick, I know, is looking to expand it and that sort of thing, and we appreciate all you people enjoying what we are doing. Again, Gerard Cedarstrom, head coach of the Minot High girls softball team, along with Peggy Pearson, who I know is en route to be here and join me to talk a little bit about DLB softball. We're going to take another break here on the I just want to remind you again that we still have the April Pizza of the Month here at the Spicy Pie. It's the honey mustard chicken tomatoes, bacon, and honey mustard. And remember that Tacos and Tunes, the Thursday night annual event, each and every Thursday night during the summer months, will start next Thursday, is scheduled with the first edition of that. So please stop up here on a Thursday night and take that in here at the Spicy Pie. I want to thank the Spicy Pie, Jeff and Lexi and all of them, Casey, all. I just want to say thank you for letting us be a part of Wednesday nights here, and hopefully we can do it again next year. We're not done. We're going to go into May, and we'll talk a lot about different things as teams get back into action, that sort of thing. So, but hopefully we can talk a little softball coming up. It's the Scotty K Show live from the Spicy Pie here on the PSP Network.
Stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
And now back to the Spicy Pie. And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie. It's the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night. Again, just want to let you know we were going to take it through the end of April, so this was going to be our last show, but because we lost a couple to a storm and a couple back in the basketball season, we'll go at least 2 more weeks. I'm thinking about 3 more weeks we will be here at the Spicy Pie. Remember, we got the April Pizza of the Month, and that is the honey mustard chicken, tomatoes, bacon, and honey mustard. Also, Tacos and Tunes, their annual Thursday night thing during the spring and summer, will return, hopefully, weather permitting, and we cross our fingers with that next Thursday night. Joining me now, we're going to talk a little softball. Peggy Pearson, the head coach of the DeLac Burlington, Lewis and Clark. Is the nickname still the Lakers?
Lakers.
You're still the Lakers.
We are the Lakers.
Joins me, and you know, Peggy, I've known you for a lot of years, and we've talked during this portion of weather that we've had. It's been very frustrating, hasn't it? Because you can only practice so long. The girls want to get out there, they want to play a little softball, don't they?
Well, and we got our appetite, whetted a little bit with those 3 games. And, you start your season in the gym and then you get outside and you hope you get to stay there. But, it has been probably one of the most frustrating years just as far as, we talked to the girls, what do you control? And gosh, we don't control the weather.
No.
I was listening to your show on the way here, and bless those farmers. They're the ones, if they could control the weather, they'd have more rain. But we're hanging right in there. We don't really have to step off our pitching machine anymore. We know right where it goes.
Right.
So inside is getting old.
It's getting old. You want to get outside, and I know that you got a pretty auspicious schedule coming up over the next week or so. But when I was doing a little prep work today, you come off a state tournament appearance a year ago. But boy, you are a young team. You got 2 seniors, and the rest of them are juniors all the way through 7th graders. It's not, Peggy, it's not a rebuilding year, it's just a reloading year, isn't it?
Well, that's what we tell those girls.
I know.
It's like they've got experience. One of the things for us is this year we've got 9, 10, 12 girls that have been to a state tournament. They were on our roster last year. But one of the things this year, I believe it's just a couple of positions where we have girls playing the same place that they did last year. I'll name Mackenzie Rist as an example. She was our starting center fielder, has been for a while. And as a senior, she pitched for us some last year. But she's recognized that, hey, I'm one of the 2 seniors, and I pitched before, and it's on my shoulders now.
Well, and you talk about Mackenzie, and I don't know her that well, but I've learned or I've kind of met her through her basketball career, that sort of thing. She is one that you can depend on as a leader, can't you?
Oh, 100%. Yep, and she takes that job seriously. She takes that on, and you don't have to explain it to her. She gets it. Very much so, and the expectation that she has of herself is bar none. She expects a lot of herself.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the co-op. You've got you got Des Lacs Burlington, you got Lewis and Clark Berthold, and you got Lewis and Clark North Shore. How does that work? I mean, I know they're all probably in this day and age, they know each other, that sort of thing, but they compete against each other on the basketball court and all that. How is it as a coach to kind of mesh these girls together when it comes to, hey, you're going to play for the same team?
Well, and interestingly enough, I'm the retired athletic administrator at Berthold.
Yep.
And so in my retirement, I drive bus, and so a lot of times I'll drive bus for the DLB girls to their basketball games or volleyball games or what have you. And and I get a chance to watch the DLB girls play against the Berthold girls, as an example, and the Lewis and Clark co-op for volleyball, and they get along in softball, but it's fun to watch them on the court too.
Exactly.
It just really is. They're friends and they get along.
Peggy, I want to, and I don't mean to digress. We'll get back to, but I've seen in my latter years of doing broadcasting, that sort of thing, is that the DLB will play Berthold or Mohall will play this. And then after the game, you get all these kids that get together. They're competing against each other on the court or on the field or whatever. But at the end of the day, they get together. They play probably summer sports with each other. And you're sitting there hugging. They're all fun. But they still got that competitive juice.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what you want from them. You get out there and you lace them up and let's go. So that's what you want out of kids, is just give it your effort.
Let's talk about your team. You're 2-1. I know that you're still trying to evaluate. You got a lot of young kids, but now you're getting an opportunity. Thank you, Mother Nature. Hope you. But you got a pretty auspicious schedule coming up, don't you?
Yeah. In fact, on my way here too, Scotty, I was visiting with Velva. We're scheduled to play them on Monday. I've been to our field a couple of times, and on top of the weather, there's also some flood construction that's going on down there as well. And it's not affecting our field, but it's affecting getting to our field.
Right.
And so I've been down there, and by Monday, I don't see that our field is going to be ready. And I don't think Velva's is either. So we're gonna probably not play that one on Monday the way it looks.
But you got something coming up that's pretty special. You can get some games in starting tomorrow.
Yep. We Garrett Weibel at West Hope Newburgh, he also coaches the Renville County team, and we've been talking as a region, like, how are we going to make up games? And we met last week Friday, and then we met again yesterday morning. And in between there, Garrett put together a jamboree type schedule, because for us, we've had 3 region games weathered out. So tomorrow, we're going to have 8 teams in Botno, and we're going to be playing. They have 2 fields that we can play, so we're going to get 2 region games in tomorrow.
Okay, and they will count for the region then?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So you'll get 2 of those in, and then I understand you got Divide County coming up, and I'm just doing this from what I took off the schedule, that sort of thing.
Sure.
And I know everything's fluid right now, but I look at it. You're going to get weather permitting, you're going to get a lot of games in over the next week.
We've told the girls you better start rescheduling some other things, because once we start, when there's a day that we can play, we're going to play.
Well, and the thing about it is, and I've talked to enough administrators, enough coaches, and that sort of thing. Yeah, they say you still have 3.5 weeks before everything or postseason comes, but teams here, okay, we can't play today because we're playing somebody else. You don't have a lot of days to work with, do you?
We really don't, and even on weekends. For us, in our area right now, and from what I understand, I'll be interested to hear what Gerard has to say, but I think that they were doing some shoveling up on the turf fields, from what I understand. But in our Zoom meetings in our region, that goes from Divide County to Botno to us, and there's one field that is usable, and those are the 2 fields in Botno. So our thing was, after this storm this past weekend, where can we play?
Yeah.
And so if we have to travel to play, that's what we're going to do. And then I think Wilton has something available, so I know that they're going to have games there tomorrow.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, and I've talked to enough people with Corbett and the 2 turf fields we have at South Hill Complex. I know the school district is working real hard with the park board.
Mm-hmm.
I understand we hopefully will have some baseball and softball being played this weekend in Minot. I just think it's unfortunate because, and I understand we want the moisture, we want the farmers to be able to benefit from this, but boy, it's got to be frustrating for not just coaches, administrators, and schools just not to be able to do their spring sports. They're talking they may not play golf till the middle of May.
Yeah, and that's the thing for us, is that it's hard to overcome that frustration.
Oh, I know.
And
you're dealing with 16, 17. Well, in your point, you might be dealing with some 12 and 13 and 14-year-old girls.
Well, absolutely. And let's not forget that in 2020, these girls didn't have a single game.
Exactly.
We practiced for a few days. So that's the thing for us, is trying to help these kids understand that there are things out of your control. But sometimes that only works so far. I mean, I'm an adult, and I've been an adult for a while, and it's hard for me. So I find myself being frustrated, and then it's not the girls' fault. It's nobody's fault. And so how can we make this better? How can we get this to work?
Let's go back to your team. As I mentioned earlier, you're a very young softball team. You're coming off a state tournament appearance. You talk about some of those younger girls that got some experience in the state tournament. Where do you think you're at? And I know you're only 3 games into the season, but do you think this team can make a run and get to a state tournament again?
I'm telling you what, each team each year is different. It has a different personality, but I like where we're at. And I mean, obviously, it's one of those where you look at the age of our kids and you look at the experience of our kids, but the idea of Laker softball is still there. And so they know how to compete, they know how to work, and stay within themselves, and let's do our best.
And Peggy, you've had some success over the years, and I've seen it on basketball programs and stuff that the young kids sit back there as 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and they're watching you guys do all this. Now they're 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and they say, you know what? We got to keep the tradition there. And Laker softball's had some tradition.
Yeah, and every team, and I like our team, like I said.
Yeah.
Every team, every school, there's probably going to be some ebb and some flow, and I think that's right. But those younger girls that watch these older girls and they say, I think I want to do that. I love that. Everybody's got a hero, and I like when the hero is a high school girl.
Softball comes down to, I know you got to score runs and you got to defend the softball, that sort of thing, but a lot of it comes down to pitching. And I understand that when going through your roster and just looking at it, you got 5 kids that you could put on the mound, and sounds like you'd be okay with it.
We've talked to the girls. Is that the last couple of years, the last 4 or 5 years for us, we've had some outstanding pitching, and we're talking about all-state pitching and so on. Pardon me. And that's a lot to lose, but I would never say that to the girls that we have right now, because these are the ones that we have, and by golly, I'm going to battle with them. And that's what we've told them. You know what? We've got some defense behind you. Let's just pitch strikes, throw strikes, and then put it in play, and we'll field it.
And that's the biggest thing, especially at this age with the young kids you have. Don't worry about going out and striking somebody out. Just throw strikes and put the ball in play and let your teammates make the play.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. And I think, like we talked about with Mackenzie, Kaylin Bachmeyer, those kids, and we've got a couple of younger ones, real young ones, and that's the mentality. We've got some people behind you. You're not doing this by yourself.
And I got to ask you the question, Peggy, because you've been around and you talked about some of the good pitching that you've had in the past. You had a Benno girl, can't think of her first name.
Brooklyn.
Right? Brooklyn, who is very, very good. You probably don't have that person right now that you can put them out there and they're going to be a stud for you. It's just pitching by committee right now, isn't it?
Well, and Mackenzie,
and I shouldn't say that.
Right. Mackenzie's done the bulk of our pitching in our 3 games. I know that Kaylin came in the Tioga game, and she gave us some good innings. And to me, that's Mackenzie understands that. Kaylin understands that. It doesn't matter who it is on that mound or that at that plate. Let's throw some strikes. And you got
another Benno coming too.
Yeah, we do. And what's great about that is that our girls, we've talked about this before, our girls can play multiple positions. In fact, we did that at practice today. So this one's pitching, here's where you're going to be. I mean, and that's the thing for us. We just don't want to have a musical chairs where they don't know where the heck they're going to play. So I'm real pleased with where our kids are. And like I said, I'll go to bat with them anytime.
Peggy, let's talk a little bit about the region. I know you haven't played a lot of region games. You haven't played a lot of games.
Sure.
But you've been around this area for a long time, and I know that Renville County's got some outstanding players. Who's the team to beat right now? If you had to pick the top 3 teams coming out of region right now, and I know there's still a lot of question marks out there.
Sure, and I would say just even before the season started, if you look at on paper, Renville County, with the advent of MLS KB last year, and then they acquired and they are now co-opted with West Hope Newburgh.
Yep.
Holy buckets, that's some good female athletes there. And we played them, and I watched the basketball game where Kate Zimmer went down with a knee injury, and that was just, it broke my heart for that girl, because I love watching her play, because she's a floor general out there, etc. So I would say, getting back to your question, I would say Renville County on paper, and just we played them, so they're legit. They have some good hitters. Their pitching is solid, and so I would give them the nod. I'd like to say that we're in there somewhere. Bishop Ryan is always there. So rugby, I know that their program is pretty new, and rugby always has some good athletes. Yep. And like you said, at this level, if you've got somebody that can chuck the ball and get you a lot of outs, you're golden.
But bottom line, you just want to get out and play.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, win, lose, or draw. I just want to get my kids out there and play somebody.
Heck, we went. A friend of mine and I went to Bismarck today, and we watched Bismarck State play Botno, the college, and we watched them play, and it was like the sun was shining. It was a little cool, little breeze, but it was like, man, yeah, it's just nice to be outside where we're supposed to be. So it was fun to watch Brooklyn and Brindley play, a couple of our girls, and so tomorrow it's almost like we're giddy because we get to be outside tomorrow, and we haven't touched a ball outside since the 11th of April. So tomorrow's the day.
All right. Hey, Peggy, thank you a lot. And I know you're just chomping at the bit to go out there down on the third base line giving signs or whatever, or just cheering on the kids, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
I know how devoted you are to that program and to athletics in general across our area. I appreciate you for showing up tonight. Wish you the best of luck. And maybe we'll get you back on right before the regional tournament comes up.
I appreciate it.
Where is your regional this year, by the way?
It's at the turf fields at South Hill.
All right, maybe we'll have to hear the PSP network. May have to take a look at maybe doing some of those.
Hey, and that's another thing too. And I'm not, but I really enjoyed watching basketball games and so on. I really enjoy what you guys are doing for our local kids. It's just, and our statewide kids. It's just really a neat thing you guys are doing.
And Peggy, I'm going to say I don't do it for accolades to me. PSP does it for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're here.
Hey, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you down the road.
Okay, thanks so much.
That's Peggy Pearson, the head coach of the Delac Burlington Lewis and Clark softball team. They've got games coming up, a lot of them. They're going to get 2 in Botno tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be. It might be a little cool, but you know what? Put another sweatshirt on. We're fine. We live in North Dakota, don't we? Hey, we're back. One final thought here from the Scotty K Show right after this.
Pizza grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill. Spicy Pie needs to be your only stop for the best in pizza, grinders, wings, tacos, flatbreads, and even desserts. They offer several specials throughout the week, including their 2 pizza slice special, 2 jumbo 1-topping slices and a beverage for just $6.98 plus tax, and a 1-topping 18-inch pie for just $14. And if you're looking for a place to watch your favorite sports teams, Spicy Pie is the place with lots of TVs to watch the game. Dine-in, takeout, and delivery available and kid-friendly. And if you are looking to make some extra money, Spicy Pie is looking for some great personalities to join their team. Spicy Pie, 1100 North Broadway in Beaver Ridge on Minot's North Hill.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
And now back to the Spicy Pie for the Scotty K Show.
Well, welcome back here to the Spicy Pie, the Scotty K Show on this Wednesday night. Again, I want to remind you that we will have shows next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and hopefully the third Wednesday in May. We lost some to basketball and some to weather, so hopefully we can do our obligation here to the Spicy Pie to make sure, and we got a lot of things, because things are going to start improving. We're going to get a lot of games starting to be played. We could talk some college softball and baseball. We can talk some high school baseball and softball and track, some soccer, that sort of thing over the next 3 weeks. So stay tuned. I'll keep you updated on what is going on, that sort of thing, as we get closer to those days. But we will be back next week. Do want to let you know that we still have the April Pizza of the Month going on, honey mustard chicken. That includes some honey mustard sauce, some chicken, some tomatoes, bacon, honey mustard all on top of that. And remember, tacos and tunes scheduled to get started next Thursday night. That's on Thursday nights here at the Spicy Pie here in Minot. Join me next Wednesday. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you again next week.
This has been a presentation of the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us for the Scotty K Show. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.